Hey guys, Armada here. This is going to be a little quick herp-derp guide to Blacklight Retribution. As you probably know, Blacklight kind of integrated with Steam, so we have a lot of new Steam players, so welcome all Steam players. This is going to be like a little quick, your first few steps into Blacklight Retribution. I'm going to go through how to get into your inventory, how to play games, all that basic stuff. So first thing you do when you log into the game, it will come to the Register Agent screen, and this is basically what it looks like. You can choose male or female for your gender. Honestly, I think you should go female regardless, because in most games, and it's pretty much true to this game as well, female has a smaller surface area, smaller body of mass, so you're gonna have the perception, even though supposedly from the dev side that the hitboxes are the same, you still have a perception that you're aiming at a smaller area. So I think if you're really into the game and you really want to be good, or just try to get better, I think that this will put you in the best position to win if you try to use the female model. And that's just my 2 cents. So I'm gonna put in select name, so type in whatever name you want to put into your IGN, verify it's available. Nice, accept, and then it's going to ask you to do training, and I'd recommend everyone do training, mainly because it's going to go over a lot of quick and simple tips and basic mechanics of the game, like how to use HRV or the built-in wall hack, how to hack areas, how to call in hard suits or other depot items. It's really helpful, and you also get a reward out of it. You get a GP and you get an EXP, a sizable portion of GP and EXP, and GP is basically game points, or basically what you use to buy stuff in game. It's the game currency. And then there's also Zen, which is the cash shop currency. So you get GP and you get some EXP out of doing the training, so I recommend everyone do that. So I'm just going to skip over it because I've already done it. Cancel, and then once you come into the lobby screen after you do your training, you're going to have a beginner pack come up and says you have new items. Boom, beginner pack. Okay, cool, let's accept it. And the way you open your beginner pack is you have to go into your social menu. A social menu can be accessed by going to your name and clicking on it. And a social menu basically has your friends. If you're in a clan, it shows you your clan members, inventory, your mail. So you can find a player. If you know a player's name, you want to add them or mail them or something, you can kind of go through here and do a query and find their name and do that. Friends list, if you have people added, you can join off them, you can send them mails, you can whisper them. So a lot of cool stuff you can do with that. Clan. If you have a clan, you'll pretty much have something similar to the friends list, where you have a roster of all your clan members, and similar to the friends list, you can add people, you can whisper them, you can mail them, you can join their games. A lot of cool stuff with clan functionality. And for the beginner pack, what you want to do is you want to go into the inventory, and you'll see it's right here. So what we have to do is have to select it, so you just click on it, and you activate it. And once you activate it, it's going to open up the beginner pack, and here's the contents right here. You get an SMG, combat rifle, a scope, a camo, and an emote, all for 3 days. So that's cool. And you'll see it just showed up on our inventory, and you can see over here a bunch of tabs, so you can see what's active, what's inactive. If it's inactive, it won't degrade over time. If you have like a 5-day item, if it's inactive, it'll stay 5 days until you start activating it, and that's when the time will start going down. So that's pretty self-explanatory in that regard. Also mail, every time you level up in Blacklight, you get mail. You get a weapon tag chance pack, which gives you a random weapon tag, and I'll go into that in further detail a little bit later. And you get a level up pack. So for instance, say I'm level 10. I level up to level 11, you'll get 2 mails. You get the weapon tag chance pack, you get that for every level you get, and you also get the level 11 level up box, I guess you can call it. And basically what the level 11 level up box is it gives you a preview of every single item you got from that level. So every single item you unlocked at that certain level, you get a little trial pack of it for 3 days. So basically, if I'm level 11, let's just go, this is the list. If you go to profile and go to unlocks, you can see a list of everything that's unlocked and at what level. So we'll just go level 11 just to kind of give you a little preview of what you have. So health injector, heavy assault rifle, MMRS BP stock, the crane, RXS Typhoon muzzle, and then the Mark Hunter camo. Pretty much everything, or most of the stuff you unlock at level 11, all this stuff right here, you should get in mail, and it will give you a 3-day trial of it. So that's pretty cool, and I recommend you guys do that every time you level up. Just go to your mail, you'll see a level 11 or level 10 or level 9 level up box. Activate that much similar to the way I did with the beginner pack, and you'll have like a bunch of stuff you can use for free for 3 days. So that's pretty awesome. Quickly going through other stuff. Nodes. Nodes are kind of like the socketing system in Blacklight. You know, you have your crafting and your stupid typical MMORPGs. It's pretty similar in Blacklight. You have a bunch of stuff you can craft called nodes. They add small stat benefits, and there's different categories like weapon damage, weapon resistance, jump speed, run speed, melee attack damage, all that different stuff. So news, you can kind of see what the new updates are. Support. This is where you can go to report, hackers, abusers, harassment, all that good stuff. Just go here, pick an incident, type in their name, give a description, send a report, boom. Same thing with bugs. If you see a bug, you can actually submit that too, so that's pretty cool as well. So that's pretty much the social menu in a nutshell. Next off, we'll go into the customization menu, and the customization menu is basically where a lot of the good stuff happens in Blacklight, where you customize your weapon, armor, all that good stuff. So I'm just going to kind of go through a lot of the quick stuff really quickly. Profile unlocks, like I kind of showed you, you can also access it here. List of all the unlocks you have available. Titles are basically like kind of like cool little categorizations, or like kind of like just ranking cool little names you get. They basically hide your level. So here's like a list of some of them. There's a lot more. I think it only shows you like some of their awards, but there's a lot more that they have, and I'll kind of link you guys to a list in the description box down below. So beta tester, if you're a beta tester, you get that title, and etc., etc. If you were here for the Australian update, you got the Aussie title. Emblems are kind of like little cool logos that show up in your game. Show up right next to your name. So there's a bunch of stuff you can choose. There's 3 layers, 3 different colors. You have a basic symbol, a shape, and then like a background. So that's something really cool. It adds a level of personalization and customization to the game. Emotes are basically taunts. You press T in game and you can actually use a bunch of like cool little animations. We got the T-bow taunt. You can teabag people as well. Salute. There's a lot of cool stuff here. A lot of it's Zen-based purchases. That's the cool thing about this game, though. A lot of stuff that's cash shop only is stuff that doesn't really, make a difference in game. There's a couple stuff that does make a difference, but for the most part, they really did a good job of kind of staying away from the pay-to-win mantra. So a lot of the stuff's cash out, but you can still buy out. Like some of it, you get awarded, or some of it you can actually buy up front with GP. So that's pretty cool. Announcers, kind of like the background narrative voice, and there's different announcer packs for that, so you can buy different voice packs for that. Like if you join a game, you basically have some woman basically telling you what the game mode is, like objective is to hack the nodes or whatever. So that little background voice can actually be changed, and you can have like all these like different voices, like a robot voice, and all this other cool stuff. So they only have the default for now, but they'll be adding more stuff in there later. Voice pack is basically the voice pack that your personal character uses in game. So my default voice is that. If I have the SeaNanners voice pack, I can actually have a voice that sounds like SeaNanners, and it's pretty funny. It's got a lot of comical lines and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I'll link you. There's a code you can use, and you can actually get the SeaNanners voice pack for free. So I'll link that in the description box down below too. Nodes I kind of went over quickly. There's not much I can do because this is a new account, but basically every time there's this in the marketplace, there's a data node chance pack, and you can buy that with GP. And basically you buy one of those and you get a data node. And then once you have a data node, you can either equip it or you can fuse it. To fuse it, you go to the fusion menu. You have to have 2 of them. The higher level fusion node will be your primary node, basically the one that's going to be fused to level up. The second one will be the one that you're just using as like a fodder, or like just like basically to level up the other one. So that one's going to be destroyed regardless of whether you fail or you succeed. So basically there's 5 ranks to nodes. There are common, uncommon, rare, epic, and legendary nodes. And with those 5 ranks, there's 5 levels. So level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. The levels basically dictate the amount of duration that each node has. So the higher the level, the more time you have on that node, because all nodes are temporary, they expire. Level 1, they expire in 24 hours, till level 5 they expire in 3 months. So it's really crucial to level up those nodes if you really have something you really like. And ranks basically dictate the stats. So the higher the rank, like if you have like a legendary node, you're gonna have a way bigger stat increase than like a common node. But supposedly even a legendary node has a minimal effect on your stats. It's not supposed to be a huge factor in how you play and how OP or how buff your dude is. So just keep that in mind. Heroes are basically predefined loadouts that have cool skins, and a lot of these are cash shop. I'm not gonna lie to you, there's about one stat typically for every hero that's unobtainable in game, meaning that the rest of the stats like the 250 health, the stamina, the run speed, you can probably obtain those with a regular loadout, with the regular armor loadout, but there may be something like the armor percentage or something like the HRV, recharge rate, or the duration that may not be obtainable with normal equipment. So there's just one stat usually that you can't really obtain in game, so it's kind of pay to win in that sense, but still most of the time it's still a negligible difference from what's actually obtainable in game. But just keep that in mind. I don't want to kind of sell you guys short and saying it's not pay to win, even though there's some factors that may make people believe it's pay to win. So just keep that in mind. So you have different skins as well. So this is Grendel, he's kind of specialized in the heavy artillery and whatnot. Viper is more stealth. Duchess is more of a sniper build. And each of these have their own loadouts, and you can also use your own loadouts on top of it, so you're not really restricted to use their own weapons or whatever they come with. So that's pretty cool as well. Now to the good stuff. The equipment is basically your armor and your loadouts, your tactical gear, your depot items. So you can change your helmets here, you can change your armor, and you got boots, you got your wards, and you got your camo. Now basically all this stuff right here, all the actual unskinned, like regular helmets, regular armor, they're all available in game. They have to be unlocked at a certain level, but you can still get them. You don't have to pay any cash up, nothing. No equipment that dictates stat boost or anything is cash up only. So everything you can buy in game with GP, that's not a problem. Zen is used to unlock stuff at an earlier level, so it's basically pay for convenience in that sense for the equipment and the weapons and the weapon parts. There's a couple of exceptions to that, so I'll kind of go through that a little bit in the future of this video, but I just want to let you guys know that. But most of the stuff you can buy with GP, you just have to level up. Take some time to level up, take some time to get the GP, but you can. It's possible. For sure it's possible. I've done it, so it's possible. So if you want to buy something, you just click purchase. You'll come here, you can select the duration. It defaults to 1 day typically, unless you change it in the settings options. You can use GP or you can use Zen, and it's pretty basic. I mean, it's pretty intuitive, so hopefully there's no problems with buying stuff like that. Gear is more like tactical gear, like health injector, revival injector, EMP grenades, just regular grenades, all that good stuff. So that's where you go to customize that. It's in the gear section. Your first slot is typically more specialized than the rest of the slots. The first slot usually has your revival injector, a lot of the tools per se, like the health injector, ammunition pod, cloaking. You can have a riot shield or a barricade. So the first slot is basically, you can pick any one of these items, and like I said, all this stuff can be unlocked at a certain level with GP, or you can use Zen to early unlock all this stuff. And the rest of the 4 slots, and these, as you can see, only have 2 slots available, and that's indicative of your armor and your boots. As you can see right here, there's 2 empty slots. So each of those filled slots dictates a gear slot I can use. So currently, the reason why I have these 2 unavailable to me is because I have this one equipped, and that only gives me 1 slot. If I look at my armor, I only have 1 slot available there. So that's 2 available slots. If I bought that Guardian Warmonger armor, and I bought the Guardian Warmonger, actually not the Guardian Warmonger, the Daedalus R2 skirmisher boots, that would give me 4 full slots to use to equip grenades, knives, all that good stuff. So like I said, all these items are shared for the 4 slots here, and you have a lot of good stuff. You have the frag grenade, a basic frag grenade, EMP grenades like this version, the Blacklight's version of a flashbang, and basically you throw it and it gives you a blue screen of death. It's pretty cool. You gotta try it out for sure. Digi grenade, it's more of a smoke nade. It has like a little area where it's like an aired out area, so it's kind of like distorted and whatnot, so you can't really see through it. HRV decoy. HRV is hyper reality visor. It's basically legalized wall hacks in the game, so you can actually see people with wall hacks, and it's totally legal. Totally legal. HRV decoy basically puts a decoy out, so when people use HRV, they'll see a clone of you. It's not really that effective, to be honest, because it doesn't really move, and if you know what you're doing, you can actually spot it pretty easily. Combat knife, melee weapon, stun mine, throw a mine out. If someone walks over it in a certain vicinity, they'll get stunned. HRV blackout, basically you throw it out there, and if you're standing in this little force field area, you cannot be seen in HRV, so it's pretty cool, and it's pretty much a counter to the wall hacks that are available in game. Shock grenade, toxic grenade, and HE grenade are kind of specialized grenade. HE grenade is more of a buffed up regular grenade. Toxic grenade deals toxic damage over time and then gives you a little toxic effect over your screen. So it's kind of like distorted in a sense, and it still does damage over time. Shock grenade, it's kind of distortion effect too, but it's electric. And you can see over here all the stats, and not just the stats for the gear, but the armor as well. You can see everything here. You can see your loadout, you can see your stats, your health, your armor, and you can see as you shuffle through every piece of armor or boots or helmet, you can see the changes in stats here. So that's pretty cool as well. I mean, it really does do a good job. The game really does a good job of informing you of everything in terms of your stats and your build. So that's pretty cool. Depot items, basically every map has like these centralized points called depots, and you accumulate something called CP or combat points, and this is only this is basically instance currency. And what I mean by that, it's basically every game you start out with 0 CP. Every time you kill someone, every time you do an objective, assist, health, revive someone, whatever, defend a point, hack a point, you gain CP. And once you have enough CP, you can actually go in here and you can see the cost here. You can actually go into the depot and buy whatever specialized item you have in your depot slots. And you can, as you can see, there's other stuff you can buy as well. GP unlocked at a certain level. Of course, you can also buy it with Zen. So it's all GP stuff you can buy after you unlock it at a certain level. So that's pretty much what that is. You can buy health, ammo, a hard suit, a rocket launcher, flamethrower. It's a lot of the game-changing stuff is what the devs kind of call it. A lot of stuff that can change the tide of a battle. That's where you go to get it. You have to go to the depot station, but basically you press E and you can just go through, pick whatever you want to use, and just go out there and rock.